some big questions need to be raised. What do the Jammu and Kashmir Council polls really mean? That you heard from Omar Abdullah, but I want to widen this. Is there a divide between Jammu and Kashmir? Omar Abdullah says no, but we'll try and look at that as well. These are some of the questions I want to raise at this moment. I'm joined by special guests. Amitabh Mattu is joining me. Amitabh Mattu is one of the country's foremost analysts of Jammu and Kashmir, has been Vice Chancellor of Jammu University and also an advisor to the government of Mufti Mohammad Saeed. Sajjad Lone is President of People's Conference, one of the parties that was part of this Gupkar alliance. And I'm also joined by Sambit Patra, the BJP's evergreen spokesperson. Why don't you take that first, Dr. Patra? You heard what Omar Abdullah said. He said this is a resounding victory for the Gupkar alliance across the valley. They are the number one party, and therefore their stand on Article 370 has been vindicated. Do you accept that?
First and foremost, I would like to congratulate every Kashmiri today. I would like to congratulate the forces in Kashmir. I would like to congratulate the electoral process that took place in Kashmir so successfully. It was a victory, in fact, today for the democracy of this country, because remember, this debate, this election was not only watched in India, it was watched globally. And today, the world would be saluting India for such a peaceful democratic process, with 51.76% of people in Jammu and Kashmir casting their vote. 481 contestants in fray, and salute to the women, 450 lady contestants, women contestants in the fray, and most importantly the Valmikis and the refugees casting their vote in Jammu Kashmir election for the first time.
You didn't answer my
and
question.
Remember, I would like to congratulate.
We all congratulate our democratic process in Jammu and Kashmir, but you didn't answer my question. Let's be very clear. The Gupkar alliance is the number one party of Jammu and Kashmir. Does that mean, as Omar Abdullah suggests, that this is a vindication of their stand on Article 370?
Number one, first and foremost, let me put on the results over here. As of now, BJP is the largest party. If you see the alliance of 7 parties and the others, the independents, etc., we have as of now, which is declared results, 41, and we have received the maximum number of vote, 2,15,884 as of now, compared to National Conference, 37 seats, 1,14,984.
No, you can't change the goalpost there, Dr. Patra. Pre-poll Dr. Patra, you're changing the goalpost. A pre-poll alliance has got more seats than you. You said you fought the election in support of your stand on Article 370. They fought it on their stand. They have got more seats than you. First past the post.
Okay. Number one, as far as abrogation of Article 370 is concerned, it was a mentioned point in the manifesto of Bharatiya Janata Party right from the day of inception of Bharatiya Janata Party in 6th April 1980. We have fought all our elections on this basic ground of abrogation of Article 370. We got a mandate in 2014 and Modi ji got the mandate in 2019 based on this manifesto, and that is why abrogation of Article 370, if you call this election as a referendum, I would say that 2019 and 2014 were also referendum. And remember, if referendum is the word that is used, then parliament is the ground where this referendum counts. Elected parliamentarians through a democratic process,
I didn't use the word referendum, I said vindication.
Abrogated a transient.
Is it a vindication of the stand of those who have said that they don't want Jammu and Kashmir to be reduced to a union territory or Article 370 to be withdrawn?
No, it's not a vindication. No, absolutely not. It's not a vindication, because a temporary and a transient abrogation of an article is to be done on the floor of the parliament. And since the parliamentarians are elected people and it functions in a democratic manner to abrogate Article 370, we stand as Indians vindicated about abrogation of Article 370.
Okay. Dr. Patra, you're an intelligent spokesperson, so you're finding, of course, an answer to these questions in your own way, which you are entitled to. Sajjad Lone, how do you see this? Is it to be seen simply in the context of Article 370? As I said earlier to Omar Abdullah as well, the BJP has done very well in Jammu. The Gupkar alliance has swept the valley. Is that reason enough to say that the people of Jammu and Kashmir want a return to a pre-August 2019 situation?
Rajiv, I personally am a very happy person today. After 13, 14 months of a political deadlock, a hard policy by New Delhi, I'm happy that today people came out and voted in large numbers. I don't believe that there's a divide between Jammu and Kashmir. When you look at Jammu and Kashmir, you look at the total result. And I won't cross words with Mr. Sambit Patra on who won more number of seats. All I can say is there is something for all of us to rejoice. First of all, people came in large numbers. They reposed their faith in the Indian Constitution, right? We did have apprehensions and there were some problems, but to be fair enough, these problems are there even with political governments. I would say I have millions of differences with the union government, with the current LG, ideological differences, although it's a constitutional post. But elections were held largely fair, and we had a lot of apprehension. There were some problems. Yes, candidates were stopped from apparently for security reasons. But there are convergences. It is a victory for all of us. Let Mr. Patra not think it's about grassroots democracy today. Grassroots democracy has come up. And let Mr. Patra look at the commonalities. We have both won. Numbers don't matter here. What matters today is that you have started a political process. Time to take a back seat, forget about attacking each other and congratulating each
It's
other
interesting.
on the
It's
commonalities.
interesting you're saying that, Sajjad Lone, because when I asked this question to Omar Abdullah, whether this paves the way in a sense for the electoral process to be restored, assembly elections to be held, he said no. He said the BJP will not want to hold assembly elections given this verdict, because this verdict has gone, he believes, in favor of the Gupkar alliance. Do you see it that way, Sajjad Lone, that the BJP will now hesitate before restoring the political process fully in the valley?
No, I can't speak on, I possibly can't speak on behalf of BJP what they want to do. But all I'm saying is that after a tumultuous time in which we've been in jail, we've seen a lot of bad times, this is a start. Let us put the bad times behind us. I just hope and pray that they emulate the respect for constitution which the people of Kashmir have seen, and Mr. Amitabh Mattu is there. In the context of Kashmir, the number of people who participate is a very important variable. And as Mr. Patra said, it's watched not only in India, but outside India also. They have shown a lot of respect for constitution. Now the ball is in their court. They have to reciprocate that respect for constitution, which the people of Jammu and Kashmir have shown today.
Let me
The
take-
ball is in their court.
I-
People have come out.
Yeah.
They have voted. It's a victory for all of us. It's a victory for grassroots democracy. I'm saying with whatever hiccups, yes, there were hiccups, but at the end of the day, in the morning, I was very, very apprehensive. Today, I am a happy man, and we have won. I'm saying
No,
with a
that's
lot of
my worry.
humility,
Had you
with a lot
lost,
of confidence.
you would have blamed the center. Now that you have won, you at least have faith.
Rajdeep, if I am going out of my way to compliment the center, why are you putting a counter thing that if we had lost,
Fair
we
enough.
would attack the center? No,
Okay.
we did not give any statement in the morning or before that elections are going to be rigged. We did not. We
Okay.
did at times talk
Yesterday
about
there were apprehensions being
candidates.
expressed. Yesterday there were apprehensions being expressed when there were reports that a few leaders had been detained. But let's look at
We
today.
did not issue a lot of. We did not make a song and dance about it. We just issued one statement. That's it.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is, it's a victory for grassroots democracy. And as I told you, I thank the local administration. Government of India should be happy today. There is nothing to be unhappy about. Numbers don't matter. It's a much larger victory.
That's an
They should
interesting
look at
way
the
to put it.
commonality.
That's an interesting way to put it, Sajjad Lone. Numbers don't matter. Democracy has
Rajdeep.
triumphed. Do you agree with this?
That one, and
Just a
let me
minute.
take one thing.
Let
It's a
me go to
resounding
Professor
victory.
Mattu. He's been
It
waiting.
is a resounding victory. Let me keep that on. It's a
Okay.
resounding victory. But with all humility at my command, I say that our numbers don't matter. They're big numbers, very big, decisively victorious. But I'm saying they don't matter. What matters is the larger interest of all of us.
Amitabh Mattu, do you agree with that? That in a way, the relatively high voter turnout, the fact that the elections were held with limited violence, the fact that you had a competitive election in which the BJP has made a breakthrough of sorts, one would say in Srinagar, the Gupkar alliance has done well across the valley and in some parts of Jammu. The Congress has done also well in some parts. Does that suggest democracy is vibrant and people actually want a return to a pre-August 29 situation? Is that one interpretation?
Rajdeep, let me take off from where Sajjad left and do an audit. As an academic, let me do an audit of these elections. I think in terms of the positives, it's clear that this is an occasion on which the people of Jammu and Kashmir have given democracy a robust chance. The number of people who came out non-violently, expressed their faith, doesn't matter who they voted for, but they voted for parties who believe in the Constitution of India as it exists. And that itself is a great tribute to the resilience of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The second is, in some ways, you asked the question, which is, does this widen the divide? I would like to suggest that what it does is give us an occasion for both the Gupkar alliance to declare victory, which they did by scoring the number of seats that they did in Kashmir. But equally in BJP has won a large number of seats in Jammu, also made a foray in Kashmir. Both can declare victory. But third, and most important, is that this is a beginning. This is a beginning of a sign, a glimmer of great hope that democracy in its robustness as it exists elsewhere in the rest of India will return to Jammu and Kashmir, whether it is in the form of an early restoration of statehood, which is the promise made by the Prime Minister and the Home Minister, or the elections, or even small gestures
No,
like
let me put that to you. Let me
internet
put that to you,
connectivity.
Professor Mattu. Do you believe this election should lead to an early restoration of statehood at least?
I think I genuinely believe that the manner in which people have voted and expressed faith in democracy, this is an example for other states. If there was a case to be made for the return of statehood, it would be in Jammu and Kashmir. Let me say frankly, I'm a little disheartened that the Congress has performed very poorly, and that is only because they couldn't choose between their heart, which lay with the Gupkar alliance, and their head, which suggested that they would lose out in the rest of India if they identified with the valley. So the Congress and Apni Party does not seem to have carved out the niche that one thought it would, because ultimately they seem to have got squeezed between the BJP and the Gupkar alliance. But frankly, on this day, as I said, that you have non-violent polls in Jammu and Kashmir with such significant voting, you have to have followed elections in Jammu and Kashmir with the same regularity and intensity that I have to realize what a big breakthrough this is. Even if it's grassroots democracy, it's an expression of faith. But do not lose this opportunity. I would suggest, in all humility, a phrase that Sajjad has used. Let me add to that humility and also reach out to Dr. Sambit Patra that the Prime Minister of India and the Home Minister must use this opportunity now to build democracy and institutional democracy in all its forms back to, and give Jammu and Kashmir statehood back at the earliest possible moment.
Dr. Patra, you're hearing both Sajjad Lone and Amitabh Mattu saying this is a moment to celebrate grassroots democracy. Is the BJP recognizing that maybe this is the next step towards statehood? Because until now, the kind of language that has been used, the Gupkar gang suggesting that people are anti-national, the kind of invectives used, the time may be to step back and let people decide who they want. Don't call someone a gang or anti-nationals. It's time perhaps to take people along. Do you believe that the time has come therefore to restore full statehood?
Rajdeep, you had a long question. Allow me some
No, it's a
time
short question.
Uninterrupted. Number one, I began my, in fact, answers, the first speaker I was, and I began by congratulating the democracy of Jammu Kashmir. I began by congratulating the people of Jammu and Kashmir. I began by congratulating the 450 women candidate of Jammu Kashmir, the Valmikis and the West Pakistani refugees who casted their vote for the first time. And who restored this democracy after all these eons, I would say? Of course, Modi ji and Amit Shah ji, whom you are asking questions today. There were apprehensions till yesterday night and today morning. And remember, none other than Mehbooba Mufti came out to say that this is an attempt to manipulate the elections. Omar Abdullah, only a few minutes ago, I was listening to him. He said that, well, yes, this was kind of rigging going on and all that. He said that. And now suddenly when you win the number of, you win seats, you say that, well, yes, it is victory of democracy. I agree it's victory of democracy. Who is responsible for the victory of democracy? My Prime Minister, your Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Number two, as far as statehood is concerned, well, yes, who does not want statehood for Jammu and Kashmir? The earlier the merrier, the earlier the better. That is a promise that the Bharatiya Janata Party government has made on the floor of the parliament.
Right.
But a very important observation which none of you are mentioning. Remember, this is the beginning of the end of the dynastic rule in Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, the independents, the grassroots politicians have performed exceedingly well. They have got even more number of seats than PDP. This shows that people have become aware.
Let
in
Sajjad
grassroots
respond to
level.
that.
People are aware of the fact that dynasty cannot take over grassroots level politics.
That's an interesting observation which Sajjad you should respond to. The fact is a number of independents have won as they do in local elections, but does this in a way suggest that new forces are also emerging?
New forces will emerge. There should be evolution, but I have a confession to make.
Yes.
This was a new alliance. And what you are seeing as independents might be disgruntled rebels of the constituents of the Gupkar alliance. So if I were in Dr. Patra's place, I would hold my horses and not talk about the independents.
Okay.
Most of them are rebels from our party.
Let's all, in a way, let's all press the pause button. Because what Jammu and Kashmir has gone through in the last 18 months is traumatic. Despite that, the people have come out, voted for the Gupkar alliance, voted for BJP, voted for other parties. It is possibly a real example of what robust democracy can do. It needs to be taken to its logical conclusion. The challenge lies before both the centre and indeed the people and the parties of Srinagar and Jammu. Sajjad Lone, Professor Mattu and Dr. Patra, thank you very much for joining me on my top talking point this evening. Thank you very much. Democracy in India, messy, chaotic, but somehow or the other pushes us forward. Let's hope that better times lie ahead of Jammu and Kashmir.